Hello everyone and welcome back to Breaklight Productions. My name is Curtis Lambert and today I'm reacting to music videos that you requested, and it's for a apparently very popular P-pop band, or group I should say, SB19. So I had a bunch of music videos recommended to me by these guys. I've basically chosen the two that seem to be the most requested, starting with the very mostest requested, which is Damn. So let's jump on into it. Alright. Keen to see what they whip up this time. Last time it was fire. Ooh. Loving this camera shot. Trying to work out if that's practical or CG. It looks practical. Some amber VFX over the top there. Oh, sick! Damn! Like how I was just commenting on working out if that previous shot was VFX, and then it just goes full like, here's a castle. Like, so cool. Nice crane up. Push in. Okay, interesting thing to note, and I don't want people to think that this is a criticism because it's by far not. But so he would be on a either green screen or blue screen. The only difference between a green and blue screen is the color. They basically do the same thing, which is essentially they make it very easy for you to mask and composite someone into a different background or VFX shot or whatever. The only reason you'd use, let's say, blue screen compared to a green screen is whatever your character is wearing or makeup wise or whatever could be affected, like, you know, if it's too similar to that shade of green or that shade of blue, it's hard to like separate them, or at least it takes a bit more like work. Whereas, you know, if nothing your character is wearing or like has on their face or in their hair looks anything like that shade of blue, it's very easy to single them out from it. However, one thing to know, and this is why I know that it's most likely a blue screen that they're on, is you can actually see very faintly around his head this very just, it's very dull. You'd have to open up the actual music video and have a look like I am. You can see the faintest of blue like around the side of his head. Now, and this is why I say that this isn't like a criticism against the people who made this, because at the end of the day, the shot's full of action, it looks incredible, the lighting is beautiful. I love the fact that they lit it in a way where that gold lighting on him matches the gold that's around him in that space. A lot of VFX go wrong when they light it differently to how it would be if that background was real life. A classic example would be if I'm sitting here talking to you and I've got this, if like, let's say I shoot on a green screen and I put myself right where I'm sitting now. With that red light in the real world is hitting the side of my face. But if I just green screened myself in and I didn't have that red on me, it doesn't really work. It would look weird. It's like, well, how's the red hitting everything else in the room but him? So that's something you've always got to consider, is your VFX backgrounds have to be planned so that you know how to light the scenes. But anyway, with that faint blue around the side of his head, basically it's hard to avoid that. You would have to go in pixel by pixel and fix that, and that's just, for a shot that's moving so fast, it's sort of pointless. And the thing I will always say when it comes to green screens and blue screens and composition is the hardest thing always is hair. Because think of it like if I was on a green screen right now, I've got like singular strands of hair that are just off to the sides and everything. And like, it, unless you went in pixel by pixel, if I was on a green screen with this hair, you'd see like, once I'm composited into a new background, you'd see the faint green through the gaps in my hair and around the edge of it, because it's just, its hair is literally so fine that it's hard to like cut around. And that's what's happening here. He's got this spiky haircut, so it is difficult. But yeah, like you could see where that CGI or where that background starts and ends. Like basically this immediate gold around him, like the chest he's sitting on, the two boxes behind him, that's all real. But obviously the background stuff is beyond that. And again, that's no criticism against the creatives. Like, this, whoa, looks awesome, as I was just about to say. It's just, I love talking about things like that blue screen stuff, because it's important to know if you're gonna do this as a job, like, what to be prepared for. Oh! And lots of push-ins and pull-outs. Love that. Interesting. They've almost got a bit of like a, I feel like a bit of a motion blur on the movements, which I really love. Oh, cool CGI. That was dope. Hell yeah. I love how like ballsy they are with this, like just going so grand and epic. Like, it's really cool. Oh, look, okay, attention to detail. I fucking love it. Like, there is so many, again, one of the ways you can go wrong with VFX and CGI is by just going, okay, he's on a background or whatever, boom, there's the background, that's it. But the fact that they've thrown in some particle effects as well, you could see just these particles like wisping around through the air, is just, oh, beautiful. Again, they're just, oh, so nice. Love that they've thrown in some like artificial shape to match the story. Oh, hey, whoa, 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 hand. Let's talk about that. Wow, that was smooth. Okay, Han, I need a... How did they do that? Damn. That is such a smooth match cut. You can't even see the cut. I'm trying to work out if they did some sort of like VFX to make that so smooth. Like obviously they did to an extent. But like the lighting and just that subtle, it honestly could just be a really smooth like crossfade where they're just, because it's a match cut, they're just fading one into the other. Like damn, so smooth. That's cool. Oh, that's a cool shot. Oh, nice effect. Oh, epic. I love mirror shots, especially when they're like broken or whatever. Like, honestly, get yourself, if you want to do some interesting cinematography shots, take a mirror or a pane of glass and just like, don't shatter it, but just like create cracks in it and you'll get some interesting reflections and stuff. It's awesome. Loving the camera movement. Again, just every shot constantly moving, just making it feel alive, giving it that energy. Ooh, that's cool. Wow. Just gonna... That's cool. Nice fades to black. Cool shot. Hell yeah. That was awesome. Wow. Just, oh, the amount of VFX is insane. Like, that was really impressive. It's, it reminds me a lot of the Alfie Rev stuff that I've reacted to on the channel, where it's just, you have that moment of like, wow, this looks incredible, like the amount of CGI and just effort put into this, and then you remind yourself like, this is a music video. It's not a movie. It's not a AAA video game trailer or anything like that. It's a music video. And so where so many other bands or groups would just film themselves like, you know, dancing in a studio, or heaven forbid, another metal band that just films themselves playing their instruments. I always love it when groups and bands go above and beyond to just create just something cool. Like, there used to be so much creativity and art, like, during the MTV era of music videos, and I love to see that same energy kept alive by a lot of like bands and artists in like Japan, in the Philippines, in Indonesia and such. Like, it's awesome. Like, even some of the, Eastern European stuff we've seen on this channel recently. It's like, this is better than anything coming out of America. Like, it's honestly, yeah, just so incredible. So, fucking great work by the VFX team. They absolutely... I wonder how big their team was. Let's have a gander. So, VFX team had one, two... Oh, wait. Oh, okay, that's just the lead. So there was the lead and then 4 other VFX artists. So great work to them. I mean, great work to everyone involved. Like, they had a massive team here, which is awesome. Oh, I love that. The fact even the medic team gets a shout out. That's great. You don't often see that, in all honesty. But yeah, wow. Great recommendation. Alright, so moving on, we've got I Want You. Oh, okay, Han, already so much to talk about. This is like, there's already like 20 things to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna let it play. Okay, no, I can't. Alright, first off, how are they doing that stuff? Really simple. Shoot your actor on a plain background. You, depending on what you're overlaying on top of them, you'd either want black material or white material, just based on sort of what's, you know, because if it's a white background, it's going to make whatever you overlay a bit brighter. If it's a darker color, it's going to make it darker. So what you're doing is that. And then, I mean, you can mask around them, but if you've got a plain background, you can just overlay on top of it. And so then what you're doing is you're just taking that shot of your artist and you're just lowering the opacity, you know. Another way is you just take the B-roll footage. In this case, it's a landscape. I got tongue-tied there for a bit. You take that and you lower its opacity. And again, you might end up with some weirdness or whatever based on what background, what the type of shot is, the lighting, la 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 la. But in general, you can end up with beautiful stuff like this. I fucking love this. This is great. Oh, the lighting, that beautiful. I love how they're doing this, and they've added almost like a paper texture on top as well, which is great. Oh, oh my god, it's so good. Now they're putting like 2 shots together. Well, technically 3. You've got the shot of this beach, which seems to not have its opacity lowered at all. But then you've got this shot here of the person that has lower opacity, and then the shot of the forest, like, wow. Wow. Oh, okay, Ham, wait, we gotta go back. I know I'm only like 20 seconds into this music video, but this is great. So yeah, this sort of clues us in here. This shot, oh, and where is it? Ah, this one. So we've got that ray of light on him, so most definitely they are like just on a plain background. And then yeah, the editors like fooling around with different compositions, tying shots together, using the opacity and those shadows to blend shots together, like, which is so cool. And the eye lights in this, these highlights, like, oh, look at those highlights. Oh, it's so cool. And then that's nice. Two ways of getting this shot, or this type of lighting, I should say. Now, first off, that's a hard light. So what I mean by that is you've got soft light and hard light. Hard light is basically when you're just blasting it straight onto a person. Soft light is when you're shooting through more of like a diffusion, or you might be bouncing it off something, and so it's not a direct light. It's more soft. You're bouncing it off things, you're shooting it through stuff. So for example, what's on me right now, even though it's directly on me, it's actually a soft source because I've got diffusion in front of it. So yeah, very, very cool sort of to know the difference between those two. But how to get this type of light in, you can get a spotlight, which I do actually have one, but it's buried at the moment, so I won't go and dig it out. But basically a spotlight, you can throw in different types of what are called gobos that basically take that tunnel of light and add different shapes to it. And you can get ones where it's literally cuts it into a beam like that. So that's one way you can get it. Another way of getting it is, and I used to do this in short films of mine, where you take a whole bunch of lights, you set it in a room, you blast it through the door, and then you close the door part of the way, and so you're just getting that beam, and you just get your model to sit wherever that light hits. So yeah, they would have used a spotlight, you know, definitely, but it's a cool little like other way of doing it. But yeah, we could see the texture they've added on top. That's cool. Bit of haze. Lots of dirty shots. Whoa, hang on. Alright, so when I say dirty shots, what do I mean? So a dirty shot is when your main focus is, so whatever you're like pulled focus on, you're actually shooting around or through other objects to see that thing. So for example, if I like, I don't know, held my glass of water up to the camera to get a shot of me, that would be a dirty shot. This is a dirty shot because we're shooting through a pane of glass that has water molecules, or I'm just gonna say droplets, on it, so it adds that texture, it adds that like layer of separation. That's cool. Projecting the or overlaying in post this landscape onto the curtains as they're blowing around him. That's awesome. Oh, so cool. This is so good. This is how you film sensuality. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. Again, using the shadows on their talents as a way of blending the shots together. So cool. Some underwater stuff, love it. Oh, oh my god, it's so cool. Love the black and white as well. Like, it's just so striking. The color's nice as well, but I'm a sucker for black and white. So, look at all the highlights. Oh, we're gonna go back to that. I'll let it play out, though. I know I've already paused it like 50 times, and I don't want to annoy people. God. So fucking cool. Just a top light coming through that water. Simple. Oh my lord. This is so well done. Wow. Holy crap. I am genuinely fucking speechless. This is incredible. Wow. That, like, I can tell you right now, as a cinematographer, as someone who does a lot of editing, as someone that first and foremost is a director, that is a effing music video. That is, it's such a simple concept, but it's executed to perfection. Like, it's one of those things where unless you understand cinematography and lighting and what they're pulling off in this video, it's really hard to do it justice. I could sit here and say, oh, this is so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, anyone can say that. You know, everyone is watching this and probably going, oh, wow, it's so pretty. But, like, as someone who shoots and makes music videos, this is, like, incredible. This is magnificent. Like, I just, like, just the level, and, like, because it can't go understated just how simple of an idea this is, but it's executed to perfection. And this is something I always run into issues with you know, bands that are starting off, or like, you know, they're like small time or whatever. They always want to do bigger and better, and we need VFX, and we need, you know, like 50 million things and 10 actors and all of this. And it's like, bro, you don't have the budget for that. And I keep telling them, what we can do is take a very simple idea and just execute it to perfection. And this is an example of that. All they're doing is overlaying shots on top of each other. That's it. It's quite simple. But they're doing it to perfection. They are getting the shadows just right, and the opacity layers and the lighting, so that you get those shadows, so that you basically end up in this spot where you can't see the lines where one shot starts and another one ends. And that's impressive when it's like two shots put together or whatever. But when you get stuff like where's a good example? Those are two completely different backgrounds. Like, how is it perfect? Like, you can't see the seam line. It's just wow. And like the lighting on them matches it so well. I love the mood and the sensuality. Like, again, it's like, it is really easy to make a video sexy. Like, it is. You do it like a Nicki Minaj video or Cardi B video where you just get people in skimpy clothing rolling around and job done, and that's it. But sensuality is so much harder to convey, and they've captured it so well here. It's subtle things like this shot where they're out of focus, but you're filming through this watered glass. Like, it adds like something like that. It just adds like that movement and stuff. That the lighting, the slowness of the apple dropping and stuff. Like, it's just so well done. This is important to talk about. So, lighting. So many people, because you go through half of the people that go through film school, they learn 3-point lighting and then that's it. Honestly, don't worry about 3-point lighting. You don't need to know 3-point lighting. What you need to know is how to light for action and how to light to make things look pretty. And 3-point lighting don't do that. 3-point lighting is just like, oh, it's nice and balanced and we can see every detail, blah, blah, blah. It's good for an interview or whatever. Even then, it's sort of boring in all honesty. But this is what you need to learn. If you want to do lighting, if you want to be a DOP, if you want to be a director, this is what you've got to learn. And it's very simple. This is just using shadows to add shape. So like, if I turned fully into this light and had my camera positioned there, all of this would be the same shade and it would be boring. Like, especially if I turned that off, it would just be bland, boring. Like, you lose half of my features, right? So even with something as simple as doing a music video, I add shape to it. I'm sitting at a 45-degree angle there where you can still see both of my eyes. It's nicely lit. I've got eye lights so that I feel more relatable and human to people on the other side of the screen. I am a robot. So I've got that shape to my face, but then I've also got the red backlight that adds separation between me and my background, while also adding a nice hair light to the back of me. Now, this isn't perfect. This is like YouTuber setup, but that's what you need to be thinking about, right? This right here is 2-point lighting. This ain't 3-point. 3-point would be chucking another light there and then having a perfectly balanced face, and it's boring. Here, you've got shadows, you've got shape. All that is a hard light coming in from the back there, and so it's picking up the far sides of those knuckles and leaving everything in the foreground in shadow. And that adds shape, that adds feeling and texture. Like the fact you can actually see the detail of his skin. It's incredible, right? If you had a light in the front here, matching that backlight, this shot would be nothing. You would see no detail. You wouldn't see the shape of his knuckles. You would lose any detail of that skin and the hairs on it and all of that. Like, all of that would be lost. It would just be, oh yeah, there's a flat looking image, you know. But this is art, man. Like, just so cool. And so much of this uses that technique right here. Again, that's just a top light coming through. So we're getting shadows under the muscles, under his chin and on his neck. That's adding shape and sensuality to the shoot. That, magnificent. Like, again, just beam of light, spotlight, boom. Just so cool. Like, and then, yeah, just stitching these shots together. It's incredible. And I love the pops of color. I love, like, all these particles and stuff. It's so cool. They chuck some bokehs in there as well, which look great. And yeah, it's just, it is just a fascinating watch. Like, this is some cinematographer's showreel right now. And like, these highlights, again, boom, highlight. It's a subtle highlight with this one, but it's still an highlight. And then this is even more pronounced. Like, look at that. Just wow. And again, using the shadows so that we get texture, we get shape. If there was another light coming from the other side here, all of that detail, all of that mood would be gone. There's a lot of model shoots I do where I literally just use one light. And we'll film at night, and I just use one light because you're relying on the shadows to add the shape, to add the definition, to add the sort of raunchiness to it, you know? Like, just so fucking cool. The slow-mo's great. This, on a cinematography, editing, and simplicity level, which I know is so many levels, lighting as well, it's just, this is perfect. Like, wow. I'm blown away. This might be, out of all the sort of pop music videos I've watched, like, you know, we've watched K-pop, J-pop, I-pop, P-pop. This might be one of, if not the favorite of mine, because of the fact that it's such a simple idea executed so well. Like, this is something that literally I could go and shoot right now. Like, that's how simple it is. But it's just done to such a level. Like, even though I could go out and shoot this, you know, tomorrow, I can't shoot this good. Like, it is executed so well. Mine would look like the cheap B-movie version of this, which no one wants to see. But yeah, wow. Great recommendation. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if there's any other SB19 music videos you want me to react to, or any other groups as well, and I'll be sure to check them out. See you in the next one. Ciao.